be reading chapter 21 of the Geneva Project Truth. I hope you like it. Chapter 21. It was finally time for our nightly meeting in the forest. We'd gotten remarkably good at sneaking out. Journey's sly hunting skills rubbed off on me, and it really helped being able to see in the dark. We moved silently and swiftly now, like tar cats stalking prey. When the four of us united at our usual meeting place, Nova got right down to business. Lights, he said. I produced my orb on command and didn't bother trying to dazzle him with the cool colors I could turn it now. I posted my blue orb of light above us and commanded it to follow us through the forest. Okay, Journey, where did you see the markers? Nova asked. This way, he said, taking the lead. We continued on deeper into the forest. We'd been this way before. I remember it from the clusters of moss-covered tree trunks and limbs that lay scattered about the forest floor. It was such a quiet place that seemed to emote sorrow from the mass grave where the old and tired trees had come to rest and be reclaimed by the soil that had nurtured them all their lives until the flood devastated the area. I didn't much care to hang out here. I didn't like the feeling I got from the eerie silence. Even under the thick, steamy blanket of forest air, the place made me feel cold. But of course, this was where Journey said he'd seen the bee-toe markers. He searched around for a moment while we all stood clustered together watching him. He moved slowly, methodically, from tree to tree until he found what he was looking for. Here, he said, waving us over. At first, none of us seemed to know what caught his attention. He was pointing at the base of a thick, moss-claimed stump. It looked just like all the other unfortunate areas of the decaying forest, but apparently we were supposed to see something special. I was growing impatient, though. I hated this part of the forest, and I wanted to move on. So I tried to speed up the process a little, since it seemed obvious that none of us had as keen an eye as Journey. So what exactly are we supposed to be looking at here? I asked. He turned to look at me, then to Nova and Sparrow. Realizing none of us got it, he sighed deeply. Then he turned his focus back to me. 65, you should be able to see this. I taught you how. Yeah, well, all I see is a big mossy stump, I said impatiently. Focus, really see it, he said. I squinted my eyes and focused all my energy on the stupid stump. I somehow managed to shut down the uncomfortable vibe I was getting from this area of the forest, and just tried to see it, as Journey had taught me. See with all your senses, like a hunter. And then it suddenly jumped out at me, causing me to gasp. A small blue symbol was painted on a single leaf at the base of the mossy stump. A normal person would never see it. It was so small and inconspicuously placed, but with my training, my eyes picked it up. Its blue tint and straight lines stuck out sorely in such a natural place. I knelt down to get a closer look so I could make out the shape. It looked like a diamond turned onto its side with a circle at the center and a dot in the center of that. It was an eye. It was peering back at me, right through me actually. I was spellbound by it and reached out to touch it. Journey lunged to stop me, but he was too late. As soon as my fingers grazed the leaf, the marker burst forth with a blinding blue light. It made me jump back and my eyes seared with pain. I was using my night vision when the light exploded toward me, and I was sure I was now blind. I rolled on the forest floor, clutching my eyes. I could feel someone comforting me, cradling me. It was Sparrow, it had to be, and she was healing me. Perhaps I would have been able to heal myself, but I was too consumed by the pain to think straight. Slowly the pain subsided, and the throbbing white light started to diminish from my line of sight. I rubbed my eyes hard to bring everything back into focus. I saw the three faces of my friends staring back at me with concern. I only focused on them for a moment, though, because beyond them I could see glowing blue eyes dotting my field of vision. I shook my head, thinking my eyes must still be suffering, but when I took a second look, they were still there, forming a path that led deep into the forest. I slowly rose, looking beyond my friends who were murmuring questions, but I could scarcely hear them because I was so focused on what was before me. I pushed past them and came to a stop a few feet from the leaf I had touched. Could they see this too? Or was it just me? Surely Journey could see it, right? I turned to look at him, but all three of their expressions confirmed to me that they were all looking at the same thing I was. Sparrow's mouth was open, and she was gripping one of Journey's strong arms for support. Nova just looked focused, dangerous, like he was ready to go into battle. Guys, I paused, waiting for a response, but none came. What is this? Journey stepped toward me. It's the true path to the Beto people. My heart skipped a beat. That meant it was a path to the truth, to all the questions I had about myself and my new powers. Maybe even the answers about my family, my name, who I truly was. I smiled and started off toward the next marker. Tippy, no, came Nova's voice behind me. What if it's a trap? I turned, poised to yell at him, ready to tell him he didn't have to follow me, but I was going to get my answers. But I didn't have to. Journey spoke up before I could, giving me the excuse I needed to keep going. Nova, you know it's not. Only a Truant can see the markers of the Beto for their own protection. They would never risk revealing themselves just to create a trap. They're trying to communicate with us. Why would they leave these markers here if they weren't? They know only one of their own can read them. They won't hurt us if they know we're one of them. This is why we came here, Nova. We wanted answers, right? Sparrow asked. All right, he said reluctantly, but let Journey go first, he called to me. That was chapter 21 of the Geneva Project Truth. I hope you liked it.